$50 baggage fees, over $100 change fees, and peeing in a bag because the airline that you flew didn't have a working bathroom. None of this would have happened on a Southwest flight, I can guarantee you. So today we're going to talk about the best airline and why you should fly with them from here on. The format will go as follows. I'm going to talk about Southwest as a low-cost air carrier, their baggage policy, their reservation change policy, and why being a frequent flyer with Southwest pays off in the long run. So on my first slide, you'll see that there is an advertisement for a $59 sale going on right now. So this screenshot directly said we're from their website, and it lasts 4 days, but this isn't uncommon for Southwest. They have these kinds of sales that go about every 1 or 2 months that happen on average that frequently. So I like Southwest because they're never trying to gyp you basically in a fare that is fair. And I love that about them. For instance, I found a round trip nonstop both ways to San Diego for $98 this summer. So hard to beat. Another thing that you should know about with Southwest is that if you're going to fly with them, you can look at their low fare calendar that's located right on their website, which will give you a display of different days that you can fly in the airport you're looking to, and it'll tell you the best time to fly based off the price. So in my next slide, let's move on to policies that Southwest has that's different than anyone else in the industry. Southwest Airlines grants you as a passenger 2 free checked bags up to 50 pounds, which is amazing because other airlines will require you to pay $30 or more for your first checked bag. Second will cost you $40 or more. So not only do you save money in that regard, but it's a matter of convenience because you don't need to decide what you're going to leave behind on a trip. Like just this summer, when I flew a different airline to test the waters, see how everyone else did their functions, I accidentally brought on a bottle of brand new expensive hair gel and my shaving gel. Sent it through security, I know that face. I sent it through security. My options were to ship it home, throw it away, or pay $30 for a checked bag. But if this airline had anything similar to Southwest policy, I wouldn't have run into this issue. Policy number 2, this has saved me hundreds of dollars. This is unreal they do this for you, but if you need to make any modifications to your reservation, you can do so for free. Every other airline that I've ever flown has change fees, anywhere from $30 to $70 or $30 to $75 per way. So this is a sample of a trip that I took this summer. That same one that I was going to go to San Diego had to be changed because the soccer game my friend and I planned on going to got moved, so we had to change our flights. He booked through someone else. We talked about our stories. He had to pay over $150 to change his flight over something that wasn't his fault. But I called Southwest, said, I need to change my flight. They did so hassle-free, for free, which if you think that's amazing, let me tell you about the best part that comes out of the story. A couple weeks later, I convinced one of my friends to come on the same trip with me. I looked on their website, Southwest, same day, same airport. I had found a flight for $24 cheaper than the original one I had booked. So because of that, this is my itinerary. I only ended up paying $77 for this flight, and I got a $24 credit that I can now use on any future flight at Southwest in the next year. So essentially you could say he paid to change his reservation, I changed my reservation and got a credit out of it. So lastly, we're going to talk about Southwest's frequent flyer program, where they issue you a companion pass, which allows you to take on any additional passenger, and all they are in charge of paying is the taxes and fees. No base fare required. So in this instance, same reservation that I took, this is my flight that I took to San Jose. With a companion pass, I could have allowed my friend to travel with me for only $26.77 to San Jose. So it's an amazing program because in this diagram you'll see that it shows you differences between Southwest's companion pass and other airlines' companion pass. Some basic feature, or some huge features that you need to be aware of is that you can use it unlimited times up to the 2 years worth. The second you qualify, you can use it the rest of that year, plus the additional calendar year on top of that. And I'm gonna go over this one because I think it's incredibly important to know. that any domestic or international flights through Southwest you can use through this companion pass. Others will not give you that option. They only do domestic. So in conclusion, we talked about Southwest Airlines as a low-cost carrier, 2 free checked bags, a reservation policy where you can change it without any fees, and their frequent flyer program. So when you fly next, I want you to ask yourself, do I want to pay to check my bags? Do I want to pay to change my reservations? And do I want to pay extra for a base fare on a flight? The answer is obvious. Next time, you need to fly Southwest.